Alright, so hello one and all, and welcome, because in this episode, we'll be exploring a part of the world of Remnant, a planet of future and fantasy in RWBY. So I've thought about a theory for a really long time, and what I mean by a really long time would be ever since Summer Rose has been introduced. This theory is if Summer Rose is alive. But as you can tell from the title, this isn't that theory, because on January 7th, 2017, I have been convinced that Summer Rose is dead, or presumed to be. To most people this isn't much of a shock, but how she died will be. On January 7th, 2017, or the day Volume 4, Episode 9 was released, Tai Yang Zhao Long, Yang's father, says to her, "Your semblance is a great fallback, but you can't let yourself rely on it. It won't always save you, obviously. You definitely have your mom's stubbornness. Raven was great in so many ways. Her strength, her ambition, her dedication to whatever cause she thought was worth fighting for. I'm proud of how much I see her in you, but I'm glad I don't see all of her in you. Your mother was a complicated woman. Like everybody, she had her faults, but those faults were what tore our team apart and did a number on our family." Sorry that was so long, but to sum it up, Raven was stubborn, did something that tore their team apart, STRQ or Stark, and did something bad to their family. I would assume that Raven did something that put Summer or somebody else in the group in danger. So where am I getting this assumption from? Well, listen to this. I'll be reading you some song lyrics from Red Like Roses Part 2. This bedtime story ends with misery ever after. The pages are torn and there's no final chapter. I didn't have a choice, I did what I had to do. I made a sacrifice, but forced a bigger sacrifice on you. I know you've lived a nightmare, I've caused you so much pain, but baby, please don't do what I did. I don't want you to waste your life in vain. So to sum it up, Summer Rose sacrificed herself for some reason and wasted her life in vain. So what that told us was that Summer has died. But where does Raven come into all this? Here's why. I'll now say some lyrics from the song Sacrifice. Born an angel, heaven sent, falls from grace are never elegant. Stars will drop out of the sky, the moon will sadly watch the roses die. In vain, lost, no gain, but you're not taking me, you can't have my life, I'm not your sacrifice. You can try but I'm free, and you won't conquer me. Now to sum this up, someone is saying that someone else has died for sacrifice, in vain, and they won't be next. With what Red Like Roses Part 2 has told us, we know that both songs, or at least these parts of each song, are taking place at the same time, just different point of views. So how do we know that it's Raven's point of view in Sacrifice? If anything, it'd be Cinder Falls, because this song was played in the credits for Season 2, Episode 12, right after she had some big screen time, and it's recognized as her theme. It was then I saw comments on a video by Thomas saying this. I just realized something. What if this isn't Cinder's theme? What if it's Raven's? I mean, it played right before, spoilers, she showed up in the Volume 2 post-credit scene, and it would seem that she's fallen from the grace of being a huntress, as she was once a part of a Team Stark. Perhaps she saw herself as a pawn for Ozpin and the other leaders to use, and be killed by the Grimm so they could keep their powers. But pretty much all we need to take out of this is that it makes sense if Sacrifice is not Cinder's theme but Raven's. Now we can put these pieces together to form something. So about half of Red Like Roses Part 2 is in the eyes of Summer Rose, and how she sacrificed and wasted her life in vain, while in Sacrifice it's presumed to be from Raven's point of view of Summer's death. So far we know that Raven was present for Summer's death, and that's just about it. So how do we know that Raven killed Summer? Well, near the beginning of the video I repeated what Tai Yang said, which was pretty much this. Raven was stubborn, did something that tore their team apart, and also did something bad to their family. With all this information, I think it's safe to say that Summer sacrificed herself intentionally or by force by Raven or because of Raven, but now the only question is why? Why did Raven kill Summer? I may have an answer as to why she might have done this. Summer Rose could possibly have been one of the 4 maidens.
Oh wow, big whoop. Summer is the Summer Maiden? Oh my goodness.
Okay, I know. Summer being the Summer Maiden isn't that far-fetched, but just let me continue, please.
Okay, whatever you say.
Thank you. It'd be easy to think why Raven would kill Summer as a sacrifice. Raven wants the maiden powers. The only reason why Raven would do this is to transfer the powers to herself. Though it's most likely that Raven didn't kill Summer herself, but was the cause of Salem killing her. By the way, I would assume that Team Stark was fighting Salem and her crew, because we don't know many people other than them that can stand up against Team Stark. But what if it was Raven's stubbornness that led Salem into killing Summer to gain the maiden's powers, but she didn't receive them? I want to look back on some lyrics for Sacrifice once again. In vain, lost, no gain, but you're not taking me, you can't have my life, I'm not your sacrifice. I'll explain this part with a bit more detail for this scenario. In vain, lost, no gain would mean that Salem killed Summer only to have the maiden powers go to Raven, and there wasn't any gain in the situation. You're not taking me, you can't have my life, I'm not your sacrifice, means that Raven won't die to Salem for her to get the maiden powers. There's evidence that Raven does have the maiden powers with these screen caps. It's shown here that Cinder is extracting the maiden powers out of Amber. There's this portal that appears and a bug crawls out of it and goops Amber in the face. This seems to show that the maiden's powers can only be transported by using a portal like this. We do see this portal with someone else though, Raven. She uses this portal to transport herself wherever she goes. I'd like to think that all maidens share this power. I do understand that when Cinder used the portal bug thing, she wasn't a maiden at the time, or at least we think anyways. So if I claim that this was a maiden's power, how can Cinder use it? Well, if you notice when Cinder's extracting the maiden's powers, the symbol on her glove is glowing. Now look at the symbol on Salem's back. It's a very similar symbol, but Cinder's is more wide. This probably means that Salem has given Cinder this glove to take the maiden's powers. So possibly Salem already is a maiden and taught Cinder how to use the glove. Well, that's it for this theory. Raven got Summer killed, gained the Summer Maiden's powers, and the story continues from there. Now is usually the time that I take to talk about the theory or topic without a script. So I do have a couple points that I want to talk about. The first one is that I understand that a lot of this theory is speculation, but that's just because we don't have a lot to go off of. Because all my information was through comments, song lyrics, episode hinting stuff, and like very sketchy powers. That's pretty much all what I'm going off of, and then I build it into something bigger. But even if this is wrong, it's still something to think about. Like even if the whole maiden part, that might not be a thing. Summer being a maiden, and the only reason some of you may be wondering why I never mentioned RWBY, she might be a maiden. Well, that's because Monty, I think, might not have been him. Probably not, because I don't think that he was around when the maidens were introduced. But a creator of the series said that RWBY is not a maiden at that time. So what Summer happened when Summer died, that was way in the past. So RWBY may be a maiden now or eventually, but I know that the maiden power, if that was the reason, I do know that it wasn't transferred to RWBY, because I have seen a lot of theories on that, which is very interesting. But I know that I didn't get this spot on, but I do think that I got the big pieces correct, where Raven is the cause of Summer's death. I do believe that that is an important piece. The rest, I don't know. But tell me your thoughts on this down below. Did I miss anything? Like, any information? Did I do good? Please? Do you have anything to add to this? But with that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hello to the people who have made it this far in the video. I pretty much just want to tease a new video that will be uploaded next week. I would hope for it to be next week. But it's the start of a new small little series called Micro Theory. Yes, pun intended. But pretty much it's theories that are too small to be in their own video, but I'm adding a title, so it's allowed. now. So pretty much next week's episode will be somewhat of an alternate ending to this one. Instead of Summer being a maiden, it has to do with her silver eye. So stay tuned for that.